Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you with Daredevil 241. And this was an odd book. We'll get into that in a second. The significance of this book is that this is the first time, from what I understand, of Todd McFarlane penciling a Marvel character. So when I saw this, I definitely had to grab it. So let's go ahead and jump into it and talk about who made this book. As I just said, this is Ann Nocenti writing, Todd McFarlane penciler, Al Milgrom inker, Joe Rosen letters, Max Scheele colors, Ralph Macchio was the editor, and Jim Shooter was the editor-in-chief. Print date was April 1987. Now, what I mean by a weird one, and tell me if you all have ever had this experience. It may just be me, but there may be times where I'll pick up a comic book or a regular novel, and you'll kind of read the first few pages and you're thinking, oh wow, this is going to be a really boring book. But then as the pace begins to increase, you find yourself becoming more and more invested. And I think what really killed it for me was because it starts out as at Christmas time. I'm thinking, oh, it's a holiday story. A lot of Christmas stories are, like holiday stories always seem to be one-off, and they're usually kind of, soft-gloved and whatnot, and you're just thinking this is going to suck. But this one's called Black Christmas. And you find out that, Santa's sitting there asking for people to give money for the homeless. But you find out that this is a bunch of kids dressed up as Santa. They're called the Fat Boys. I guess they're like a little local gang here in Hell's Kitchen. And Daredevil's saying to give the money to where you promised. He said, what does he say? He says, I thought you Fat Boys were on my side of the tracks. He said, we really are. Then show me. Give that money to charity where you promised it would go. And it was about here is where I started to get invested, because they go to give it to this nun. And this kid here, he goes, are we okay now? And this dude in the back goes, oh, Freddie looks like he's smitten with a case of hero worship. He's like, that felt good. And then here, really shows the youth at that time and to this day, scoring some drugs would have felt better. But it wasn't bad. Now how are we going to eat? Really shows the youth at the time in New York City. And it's heartbreaking. And then what's worse, as they walk away, Daredevil says, you boys should be home in bed. Tomorrow's a special day, presents and all that. Yeah, right. Presents, sure. Christmas is okay. Dad gets so drunk he passes out. Jesus. It makes your heart just like, oh, it hurts. And then you see the nun. Well, that covers the rental on the nun suit. From here on in, it's pure profit. God bless me. And it makes you wonder why people can't trust one another anymore. It's irritating as crap. But the nun, you come to find out, is a character called the Trickster. And he's, like, I looked up, and this is his only appearance. This would have been an interesting character if they would have kept him moving along, but you see him stand in the mirror. Who are you? You've had so many aliases. I've forgotten your original name. No one knows your name. But everyone's heard of the Trickster. That man is famous for his tricks, his illusions, his master disguise. What a lucky man he must be. I layered my life with so many names and faces and stunts and games. How did I ever believe that this was a worthwhile way to spend a life? Yet no one even knows my true name. And here it is Christmas. And I'm alone with my 2-bit tricks and 10 trophies. To me, this is an interesting way to build up a character. So a lot of times, I hate to say it, but modern comics, heroes, villains, there's not a whole lot of depth or complexity to them. They're all one-dimensional and forgettable. This guy, you can tell that there's something wrong with him, and that he likes to wear masks, like he's here at a mask store. He goes, "Get out, troublemaker, or I'll sick Daredevil on you." And he'll come and save the day? We'll soon see just how good this Daredevil is. And as for you, you look like the kind of man who dares not look in the mirror too often. Am I right? I see you. I see you alone, and it's too quiet. And you slip up and glance in the mirror. And you see it. You really see it. And you know you should have killed yourself years ago. That is some damn good reading. So what happens is Christmas Day, this trickster decides to make a big spectacle of himself here in Hell's Kitchen. And Daredevil sees that he wears what's like some sort of disruptor device that's causing bricks on the building and everything to become loose. So Daredevil goes to confront him. He goes, "Turn it off, and I'll let you continue your show." "No, because I'm not up here for them, the people watching. I'm up here for you." "Why? And what's the angel suit for?" "Why the devil suit?" I know, it gives you an edge. Voodoo psychology. It's useful. It attracted me. I knew you out on the wire to find something out. Most men lead selfish lives. What made you different? I just do what feels right. So simple. Say something else, Daredevil. Tell me it isn't so simple. It's too quiet up here. And every time he says it's too quiet, you start seeing these narration boxes like, "Give up, trickster." And you're thinking, what is going on here? And he goes, "Why unmask me? What'd you expect to find? This? Now just to look a little more like you. Is that what you were afraid to find?" Come on, Daredevil. How good are you? Can you save my life? So I really like that this character, he's able to give Daredevil the slip and really starts to make Matt question himself. Let's see. Where are we going to go next? Sorry, I haven't had enough coffee today, guys. I think the only part of the book for me that really kind of bored me out was the Fat Boys. They make me sad from the fact that, you know, there are a bunch of hoodlums who have broken homes, and that's just too common of a thing anymore. And now being a dad myself, there's no way I would let my kid do this stuff. Like they want to start mimicking Daredevil, but for the wrong reasons. As you can see, this kid says, "I've practiced this trick." And he's like, "Come on, let me just show you." "Okay, Freddy, promise me you'll only try when I'm right here." "I promise." And he skateboards across the building. I mean, what parent doesn't care where their kid is at and lets them do crazy crap like that? So this was kind of like a little bit of a subplot, and it sort of falls flat for me to a degree, but that this is supposed to be revolving around Christmas, and you can kind of see what these kids are up to. And then we get back to the main plot of the trickster. And he goes, "Here, I've saved your life, now I'm a hero too. Was that supposed to make me feel better? Does it make you feel good, Daredevil, to save people? Does it help you look in the mirror? Does it fill the silence?" And so they climb to the top of the Chrysler building. He goes, "He wants to die. What will stop him? Where are the words?" "Well, you're so big you eclipse all us normal men. So talk to me." And again with the narration boxes. "Whisper, whisper. We'll talk to you, trickster. We know what to say. Come on. Come on, just one step closer." And then everything just kind of comes to this cacophony while this thunderstorm is raging, or lightning storm is raging on. And he goes, "Where am I here? What have I done to deserve this? Save me, Daredevil." "Easy now. Give in, trickster. Come on, give up. Quiet. Talk to me, please. Just take it easy. We'll get you down. Everyone wants to thank you for the show. Do they? Tell me, talk to me. Hold on, this one's almost. And then here, something happens. I don't want to give it away because I want you guys to read this story. Whether if you can find an original copy like I did, a reprint, or a collected trade, this story really focuses on Matt. It makes him question his what he does as a hero, the trickster. He sought me out because I stood for something. He thought he was better than him. That I was better than him. Perhaps I'm not careful enough of the image I present. If this is the effect I have on people, why couldn't I find the words to save him? Perhaps it was one more trick, and he's thinking maybe this is just another one of his disguises. And as you can see, Matt's just been sitting there contemplating for hours. So guys, this is kind of a quick review, but McFarlane's pencils, along with the art team, really knew how to capture the mood of this Black Christmas. Ann Nocenti was an excellent writer. It breaks my heart that her, Louis Simonson, Chris Claremont, all left Marvel, because you can kind of start to see where the books kind of started to degrade past the 90s after the comics collapse, because when you get into the later 90s, early 2000s, the books were hit or miss. There was still good stuff, but modern time now, you really, really have to dig for good books. That's why I'm thankful. I think Zdarsky's still on Daredevil. If you haven't checked his run out, absolutely phenomenal. Kind of brings me back to this era of like Nocenti and Frank Miller, to a degree. Not as great as these two, but still an excellent read nonetheless. So if you've enjoyed this comic book, please, first and foremost, support your local comic shop and see if you can get a good copy with that's not super duper expensive. And if you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate it if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little Hell's Kitchen bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your feedback down in the comments below, or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.